I do know today is Friday. I do know that is, and the reason why I do know today is Friday, well, for one, I haven't had any idea what day it is whatsoever. But I do know today is Friday because today we are playing Great Memory, Little Fuzzy, or Complete Blackout. Yeah, what's up, everybody? We're live on the D. All social media platforms, search Disruption Network. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I got to give a shout out to our sponsors. Much love to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When it's time to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his crew, ejamoving.com. Eddie will move you pretty much wherever you need to go. So when it's time to get out, when you need to relocate, if you got gym equipment that needs to be moved or a college student that needs to be moved out of their dorm or whatever the circumstances might be, EJA is your people that you need to talk to, ejamoving.com. So today, EC Radio, we are live. It's happening. I'm excited. We're dipping into the Pirate Crew basket today. I'm excited. So today's contestant on Complete, or I can't even get the name right sometimes, but it's Great Memory, Little Fuzzy, or Complete Blackout. Our contestant can be found on the road with such acts as 98 Degrees, The Entertainer, Ben Platt, Dancing with the Stars, and sometimes even with Shinedown. He's my brother. He is my favorite roommate on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Brian Badger. Badger, welcome to the show, buddy.
What's up, man? Thanks for giving me a reason to shower and put real clothes on today.
Dude, I showered for this too.
I have written on my calendar in the kitchen the day of the week that I write shower on, like Monday. That way, 3 days go by, I'm like, when did I shower? And I go look at my phone and be like, you know what, I'm due for a shower.
That surprises me, knowing the germaphobe that you are. You're one that will get up quite early in the morning and like take a shower, then blow dry your beard. And I've witnessed it.
Yeah, well, there's not much filth in here to shower off. I'm sitting on my couch all day long. I go from the bed to the couch, back to the bed.
Yeah. So. Show everybody your shirt. 2020. He bought this purposely for the show too. I love it. Badger. So I think you know the rules of the game. There's really no rules of this game. What you do is, I know you have like a little pan or a basket of things going on with all your stickies.
Table full.
Okay. You have a table full of your passes.
Yeah, everything's pretty much been on lanyards or key rings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So it's probably easy. It's easier to pull.
Right.
Easier to pull. So, okay, so the name of the game is you're going to pull a laminate, you're going to pull a sticky, and you're going to look at the laminate sticky and see if it's a great memory, if it's a little fuzzy, if you don't really remember too much, some of the details, or a complete blackout. Now, if it's a complete blackout, you have to pick again. But under these circumstances, and you are working, I don't think you're going to see too many complete blackouts in this game.
Yeah, not too many blackouts for me, man. I'm not a big blackout person.
I'm kind of hoping that you pull one particular pass when I do know when you were a blackout, and we'll get to that hopefully if you pick that pass. So we'll get into this right now, brother. So Brian Badger, welcome to the game, and you may pull your pass.
All right. Is it like a blind draw or?
Nah, just freaking pick whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yo.
I need music. We need music for this game. All right, what do we got there? And an intro. All right. I can't really tell what that is. You tell me.
This is Eddie Money. Eddie Money off Access. R.I.P. Eddie Money.
Yeah.
17. That came from Del Lago. We had Eddie Money at Del Lago. I was selling merch. I was on the stage crew. He's got a couple guys that work with him that are great. He came in, black leather jacket, pimp, Eddie Money, like he always was. Introduced himself to everybody every time he saw him. So, like, you see Eddie Money, he's like, hey, how you doing, Eddie Money? Shake your hand. 5 minutes later, you walk back in the room. He's like, hey, Eddie Money, how you doing? Shake your hand.
Hey, how are you, kid? Eddie Money.
Right, yeah. on the stage, smoking a weed vape, on the stage at Del Lago inside. I'm like, hey. So it's Eddie Money, man. I ended up selling his merch. They paid me a bunch of money. Everybody was happy. TM or whoever his handler was threw me a laminate. It was a good show.
Eddie's the man, for sure. Eddie was definitely the man. A good soul. Legend. Especially in upstate New York. He came to upstate New York a lot throughout his career.
Well, then we had him at the fair. We had him at the fair a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
drive as fast as you want, kid. No one's ever gotten a ticket with Eddie Money in the car. Oh man, Badge, I'm pulling out a New York State Fair one.
Ooh,
and I like that I pulled this one right off the bat too because of you, my friend. And I want to give you a little bit of love right now because you deserve it. Last year at the fair, you got a lot of recognition and you got some press and you've got attention for your artwork that you would put on the windows outside Chevy Court. And that was a great memory, man. And you got to meet some of your freaking heroes because you have these artistic capabilities that none of us knew that you even had. None of us knew you knew how to draw.
Like
I don't think you knew.
It's like driving the forklift.
Yeah, right.
It's like my forklift driving that nobody knew about.
It's hilarious. But, yeah, you got to meet Ice Cube right off the top, the Roots. The Dropkick Murphy picture is epic, too, with you and Dropkick.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
And then the R.I.P. to Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good kid, nice kid. Show was crazy. Man. Who else?
Was art something that was in you forever, or did you just
when I was a kid, man, I used to draw when I was a kid and doodle, and instead of paying attention in class, I was probably scribbling some shit on the paper or my book cover, my brown paper bag book cover. You know what I mean?
You were a doodler.
Oh yeah. My mind doesn't stop, man. It's like I don't handle downtime very well, so I gotta do something, so but no, it was and then of course I started hanging out with the wrong kids and drinking beer in school and quit sports and was a hoodlum and caused trouble and drawing kind of just went away. It wasn't important anymore, but came back because it needed to. You know what I mean? We needed to have something. When Stacy appoints you to do something, you find a way to do it, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, man, and you knocked it out of the park. You picked the right person for that job.
Yeah, and now it's my gig apparently.
Yeah, so. One more story I do got to tell from all this art thing is one afternoon at the New York State Fair, I get one of the security girls are waving me down. Z, come here. Well, these two older ladies would like to meet Badger because they seen him on TV. They seen him getting all this press on the radio. He was on TK99. They want to meet Badger. They want to take their picture with Badger. And I'm like, seriously? So I meet these older ladies, and I'm like, hey, how are you? She's like, oh, we think he's fantastic, and we just want to meet him. I'm like, come on back. So I bring the two ladies backstage, and they think, oh, my God, they're all, like, lit up. And then Badger comes outside and takes pictures with them, and you made those old ladies' day, man. You really did. How cool is that?
Unnecessary, man. It's unnecessary. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be taking pictures. They should be taking pictures with the runners and everybody.
The runners.
It was getting up at 3 a.m. to go to the hotels to pick these artists up at the hotels and at the airports, man.
Don't throw the shine on me, pal. Badger, this is your.
I wasn't.
Pal.
I was talking about booth mainly.
You're hilarious. All right, why don't you pick a pass? Pick a pass.
Let's see.
There you go.
That one.
I love how they're all on key rings.
Well, I just put them on it. Can you read that?
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm gonna have to switch it up a little bit.
This is Incarnation Festival 2019.
Okay.
That was when I was out with Shinedown over the summer. We had Shinedown had a date at the Incarnation Festival in Ohio, which is like a tattoo rock and roll music festival, you know what I mean? And it's on the grounds of the Ohio State Penitentiary, I believe it's called. It's the jail that they filmed Shawshank Redemption at.
Whoa.
So the stage and the crowd and the vendors and the shitters and everything are outside in the field on the grounds, and inside in the jail, in like where the cells should be, are all the tattoo artists' tattoo booths set up. So that was pretty cool day. A lot of good artists on that day. It was just another work day for me, man. We loaded in and I was hanging video wall, and it was kind of a scaled back set because it was festival setting, you know what I mean? But good times, man. A lot of people. Probably one of the biggest crowds I've been in front of, as you know what I mean, like working on stage, looking out at. So, yeah, good times, man. I got tattooed that day.
What'd you get?
Ate a bunch of food. I got a little.
Oh, that's when you got that one. Okay.
Yeah, a little thing behind my ear. I got the exclamation point behind my ear that day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Were you able to check out other bands, or was it just work?
Well, at that point in time, I mean, I think I saw the band that was on before them. I think it might have been Skillet. I'm not sure, but dude, after load in and everything's up, it's time to go to the bus and lay down in the air conditioning, lay in your bunk, be away from people. You know what I mean? Because dude, once the show starts, you're on call. And once the show's over, it's time to load out. And you're there till 1, 2, 3 in the morning till the trucks get closed up. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really care about any of the other bands. You know what I mean? I wanted to eat lunch, go on the bus and lay down in the air conditioning, maybe take a nap for an hour, hour and a half. So it was a good time, man. Good experience.
Nice. Excellent, buddy. So that Incarnation Festival, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
See what you got.
Well. See that one? Yeah. Summer camp.
Which one?
I don't know, bro. They all seem as one to me, so I'm just going to go with summer camp.
I've only been to one. I've only got one. So.
Well, you only got one under your belt?
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess this is the one we're going to talk about. I kind of mentioned it last night on I go live on my personal Facebook, and I kind of mentioned it last night. So at summer camp, we all work our asses off over there, right? We were working that gig, working merchandise and hustling and whatnot. And so Sunday night, there would be this big VIP party with everybody, and like Humphreys and Al and the Blow Boys and everybody. All the bands would get back behind the bar and start pouring drinks for everybody. And it just turns into like Caligula. It's like bedlam. It is. It's debauchery at its finest. It really is. And there's just bottles of alcohol all over the place.
Is it all the booze that they confiscate from the front gate? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. I don't know if if it's the booze they confiscate or what it is, but there's just booze everywhere, right? I mean, I remember a young Eric Booth walking around with bottles. He had like 4 or 5 bottles for everybody. Just like, here, do you want vodka, gin?
Was that his rookie season?
I think that was his rookie season.
It was actually his first gig when he brought the fake chocolate chip cookies in the RV.
Yeah, he tried to pass off. Yeah. Well, we all know they were Freihoffers.
Right, from the brown box.
But summer camp's always been cool. And big ups to Mo and the Mo crew. But like I told Jim yesterday on my podcast with Jim, like Mo's our home team, man. Those guys are our A1 from day one, and will always be. And they bring us on the road when they can use us.
Yeah,
and we love them, man. So good stuff, brother. All right, ODB forever. Your turn. I like the backdrop. Andy Waters wants to know if that's a Grateful Dead poster behind you.
There will never be a Grateful Dead poster behind me anywhere in my house, actually. Which one? I think it's a Mo VIP.
It's the Mo VIP one, I think. Yeah.
New Year's VIP. Yeah. I'm surprised Andy's awake right now. What is it, 3:15?
Yeah, somewhere's around then. Rise and shine, Andy. Everybody out there at Facebook land, share this, please. Get these numbers up there a little bit. Let's spread the word of ODB forever over here. I like that Mike Tyson picture too, man. That's cool.
Let's pull that here.
Yeah, all right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Mike Tyson right now.
So this was another Del Lago Mike Tyson. We had Mike Tyson coming to do what is a spoken word, tell his life story. Who knows? Pretty cool, man. It's fucking Mike Tyson. And all day we're getting ready. We're setting up the VIP. The stage really wasn't much to set up. We pulled the curtains. We dropped the video screen, because he had like a slideshow playing, projector. So it wasn't really much to do with the stage, but getting the backstage ready, and there was just that feeling like Mike Tyson's coming here. And then you hear the security, they're like, okay, well, he's in the spa getting a massage right now, and he'll be here in 15 minutes. I was like, holy cow, 15 minutes, Mike Tyson. And I don't really get, starstruck anymore. We don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of like just what we do, right? It's they're just our coworkers for the day. But, still some people are like on another level. Mike Tyson is on that level. You know what I'm saying? I remember him walking in, and everybody knows fucking Mike Tyson is now in the room. You know what I mean? And if he wanted to, he could clear that whole room at any second. It's like being in the room with a pit bull. You know what I mean? Like, he's nice and everyone's patting him and his tail's wagging, but if he wants to snap, you know what I mean? But he was super nice, man. He liked the painting that I did for him. He said it was beautiful.
How do you say it?
Accent.
This is such a nice painting. Do you say it like that?
This is beautiful. But very gentle, very soft. He had a very soft handshake. I expected him to
have a claw on him. Yeah. Yeah,
it was kind of a limp wrist. You know what I mean? Dead fish handshake, which. He doesn't really need to have a stiff handshake. It's Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? So, night went good. There was a lot of meet and greets. A lot of people wouldn't leave him the hell alone in the meet and greet. It's like, get in, take your picture, and get out, right? Like normal. But these people wanted to hang around. Everybody acted like they were his friend or they knew him from somewhere, and he's too nice to kind of brush people off. You know what I'm saying? But I remember him saying that night, though, he's been waiting. In his real life, he's talking about how he's always been used to just fighting, right? That's like what he does. That's who he is, right? As like a football player, all they do is play football. Baseball players, athletes, whatever, musicians. Once that's over and you're not doing that anymore, you know what I mean? What do you have left? Like who are you now as a person now that like you retire from something and you can't do what makes you you, you know what I mean? And he was saying he's been waiting to fuck somebody up. And I remember saying, please, somebody fuck with me, please, because I've been waiting to fuck somebody up. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, man, good memory. Nothing fuzzy or blackout about that. That'll stick around for a long time.
You're not going to have any, brother. I don't see you having any at all. How cool is that, though, Mike Tyson? And you got to do a painting for him. He signed it, right? Or did he take it with him?
He signed it. Yeah, he signed it. And then we left it at Del Lago. Jason, our boss, our pal Jason at Del Lago is going to put it in his office. So he'll have that hanging up in his office whenever we get back to normal everyday life here, hopefully.
So original, the Brian Badger original right there.
Well, he wanted to keep the one. We wanted to keep the one for Nelly, but Nelly wanted his. Nelly took his and put it on tour bus and took it back to St. Louis with him or wherever the hell he lives. I assume St. Louis.
How cool is that, though?
It's all right. I mean, I told him, I'm like, look, man, if you're gonna take this and bring it home and hang it up and enjoy it, please have it. But if you're just gonna fucking throw it in the trash at the airport, you know what I mean? Don't bother because we keep it here for the casino. You know how it goes. How many? What was that? The book you were reading at the fair? Who was that from the meet and greet? Everyone's bringing the gifts, and somebody left a book about like how many ways do I love you or something. Who was that? Who was that for?
I forgot about that. I don't know. It was pretty psychotic.
Right.
Like that was cuckoo, like cuckoo.
Was it like
psycho fan shit?
Was it that boy band?
It was either the boy band or was it Theory of a Dead Man?
No, it wasn't Theory of a Dead Man. It was or it was Hunter Hayes or
it was one of those boy bands.
Right. But you know how it is, man. People come through those meet and greets and they hand artists all these homemade cards and pictures and drawings and poems and shit. And they're like, oh, thank you. Thanks. And they, I appreciate it. And snap your picture. They go out and at the end of the day, everything goes right in the fucking trash or else they leave it in the dressing room, and we got to clean it up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not going to keep it.
So I just wanted to make sure Nelly wasn't about that. If he was going to take that, and enjoy it, by all means, go ahead. Did
you feel from the heart that he was going to keep it and not throw it away? Did you get that vibe from him?
I told him that, and he looked right at me. He's like, yo, man, I don't do that. If somebody gives me something, I keep it. I'm like, okay, it's all yours, man. Like, don't get offended,
And you know what? It was that Why Don't We? I think it was the Why Don't We was that band, the boy band.
Yeah.
And that was some psychotic fan shit right there.
Right.
Like
you were
that.
reading that poem book for like the whole fair, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were. I think I was going live with it, like
at the end of the night. Yeah, for the daily recap.
Yeah, inserts from a psycho fan. I think the daily recaps were incited as, but oh man, that's fucking hysterical. That's hysterical. All right, I'm pulling one. It's my turn, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is mine right here.
Ooh.
Slayer. Shout out to my boy Danny Nappy on this one.
Slayer, who, Zombie?
Zombie, yeah. Actually, I did not work this one, but they gave us working passes because of my boy Danny Nappy was friends with Slayer's guitar tech. And actually, he's passed away since then, actually. But
Slayer's tech has?
Yeah, he has. But he hooked us up that day. We drove down to Reading, Pennsylvania, and had a great time. Zombie. It was the first night of tour, and I watched Rob Zombie freak out on his crew because the crew was not ready because Zombie puts on a production and everything's to the time, and set with pieces and things need to come out for different songs and whatnot. And these guys just weren't getting it. And I watched Rob Zombie chew these motherfuckers out. Chew them out. So that was that. July 20th. I don't remember what year that was, but big ups to my boy Danny Nappy, man. I love you.
Where did you say that was?
Brother.
Where was that at?
Reading, Pennsylvania. That was a fun day. Fun day for sure.
4 hours, 5 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 7 or something. Like it was down.
Really?
It's like southern Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's down there, down towards like Allentown. But go ahead, brother. You pick.
All right,
Great memory,
I'm
Little
going
Fuzzy, or Complete Blackout.
OG. Okay, OG laminate, and it probably fits in all 3 of your categories. I don't know if you can see this. This is Typo Negative, Brand New Sin tour. It's got my picture on the back. No.
Okay,
beard.
let's see. I want to see the picture. Let's see the picture.
Can you see that? No beard.
Wow, look at that.
Wearing band merch.
Get ready to throw up a Tim Allen.
07 that was. Chucky. I met Chucky at like Max Bad Art Bar or something through the local, One Heart Cranks and Under the Guns and Grinds and all that. 3-Inch Furies. Shout out to them.
You were drum teching, right, for Rabine?
Well, yeah, I was helping Joe with his drums. It was basically just putting his drums in my car and drinking free beer every night. You know, I would take him down so he could drink beer. You know, at the end of the night, he could, hardly stand back then. So I would pack his drums up for him. But yeah, I met Chucky, started getting in with the brand new Sing guys. They didn't really know me too well. They just figured I was another jerk off to come help them. You know what I mean? Kenny was a dick. Kenny was mean.
Big surprise.
Yeah, shocker. But no, it ended up working out. So they put together a tour with Typo Negative. I had already been doing a few local shows with them. I know we did like Scorch's birthday party at you remember Scorch?
Yeah, he's one of my mentors.
I hate to jump in here, but I have a Scorch birthday party laminate with his fucking picture on it. But yeah, so they put together a tour. They called me. Chucky called me, asked if I wanted to go on the road. You know what I mean? Said, fuck it. So, of course, we went on the road. No money, no like band money. You know what I mean? I wasn't getting paid. Luckily, I still had 2 weeks vacation from my job at the time. I was working at a glass company.
How old are you?
I was 07. What year is it? 2020. I don't know. What's the math on that? I got a GED 13 years ago. So I was, you know what I mean? So late 20s, 27, 28, something like that, 28.
Copy.
So, yeah, man, didn't really have many responsibilities. I had, Desiree at home. We had just started dating, but no kids, you know what I mean? No real big responsibilities, lived by myself. So I went out on the road, man, and it was crazy. I mean, a lot of work. I learned a lot of lessons, drank a lot of cheap beer, ate a lot of cold hot dogs right from the package.
Yeah. You got to meet some cool people along the way, though.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it was Typo Negative, so everybody was coming out to see them. You know what I mean? As guests for their show, and we just happened to be there. You know what I mean? So, from like Danzig to Fred Durst, the guys from Down, Phil Anselmo. You know what I mean? I remember one night in LA, I used to stand on stage and watch Johnny Kelly play drums every night on stage left. And I would only stand like maybe 10 feet away from his kit, and I just watch him play all night. And one night we're in LA, and I look to my right, and Glenn Danzig standing right here next to me at my shoulder. I look to my left, and Phil Anselmo standing right here on my other side. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is crazy. And this was my first time leaving Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? Aside from, going to Florida with my family when I was a kid or something, you know what I mean? So this was like my first. So I was green, man. I did a lot of unprofessional shit, you know what I mean, in the world of what we do. Almost sent a couple road cases rolling to Celtic Frost tour bus or Typo Negatives tour bus because I wasn't paying attention to where I put them in the parking lot. Argued with a few other roadies from other bands. I thought I knew everything, but that was a good time, man. I feel like that whole tour is a show by itself with like Chucky and maybe Joe. You know what I mean? It was just nuts.
Yeah, well, you did do a podcast with Joe. Shout out to Joe and the Just Joe podcast. I know You did an interview with him about that. And they could go back into his archives, check it out. But the famous story of you throwing up on Tim Allen's Walk of Fame late night after smoking weed with Be Real.
I did not smoke weed, that's for sure.
You didn't?
No. Be Real was we were at the Rainbow, right? And of course, I had never been to LA. Had never been to the Rainbow before, so and it was 4:20. We walk up and we go. They have an outdoor patio, and tables, chairs, outdoor seating, and Be Real's just sitting there at a table with a paper plate with a pile of weed on it, just rolling the biggest joint I have ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it was like the size of an empty toilet paper cardboard tube. I have pictures of it. I'll have to show it to you. But and of course, like I said, unprofessional, green, dumbass me. I got my disposable camera and I'm snapping pictures of Be Real while he's rolling this massive joint, and I'm I go right up and interrupt him. I'm like, "Can I take a picture with you?"
And you're hammered, huh?
Oh, well,
yeah.
It's because the band was sponsored by Jaeger, and the Jaeger rep. I don't think that was a Jaeger show, but we did a few dates on the Jaeger tour, and the band's Jaeger rep would, at the end of the night, he would give Joe or Chucky or Chris like 2-3 bottles, and he'd be like, "Here, this is to get you to the next venue." And it's like, dude, we're like 100 miles away. What do we need 3 bottles of Jaeger for? So, there was Jaeger stacked up in the van. And of course we had no money. The money that the band got for merch or settlement for the gigs was gas money, what little food we could buy, repairs for the fucking van or the trailer, which of course we needed. The trailer fucked up. We needed to buy chains for the tires, in Donner Pass, in the snow. So yeah, I mean, I think I just drank a bunch, and then of course I was at the Rainbow, and I was drinking there. I mean, like Danzig ended up coming there. I think Lemmy was there in the corner playing his touchscreen. It just everybody was there. All the Typo guys, all the Celtic Frost guys, Be Real, and it was just like this crazy, like, I don't know, man. I just never been in that atmosphere before at the time. You know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah, give me another beer. Yeah. I mean, I think I was drinking Bud Light. So I was drinking them like water as fast as I could, and then then we had to leave, and I got in the van, and once everything was quiet and you're sitting down, everything starts to, You
got the spins?
So I got out of the van. I said, let me out of the van. Just pull over. Chucky was driving. Chucky was sober. We gave him so much shit, man. Think about all the trouble we caused for Chucky on purpose, all the plans we had to make Chucky mad. But Chuck got me out of the van and was like, I got out and I was just going to puke on the side of the road. And I had no idea where we were. And Chuck's like, no, over here. Come over here, puke right here. And I didn't even really understand what was happening, So I ended up puking all over Tim Allen's star on the Walk of Fame. And I remember Chuck going, fuck Tim Allen. He's a fucking alcoholic anyways. He don't care. So, but yeah, man, I try not, here I am at 41, not really proud of that.
Yeah, but it's funny. I mean, it's a funny story.
There was a video. Joe had that on YouTube, I think, for a while. And I as I got older, I asked him to take it down because, man, it's just not something. I'm not even about that life anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't drink and puke like a college kid. I haven't had a sip of beer since this whole fucking lockdown has happened. I've had a 6-pack of beer in my fridge for 2 months and haven't touched them. So it's just. I don't know, man. Something that happened, kind of crazy. Not really proud of that day.
But wait, to come full circle though, who you work with, Ben Platt or one of your Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, funny. We did the Jimmy Kimmel show with Ben Platt.
Yeah.
And in LA, and we parked in the back lot. I've never been there before, obviously. So this was this past May. We park in the back lot. We go in through the back, through security. We do the Jimmy Kimmel show. For some reason, I ended up – now, they do this at they do the filming at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not 11 o'clock at night or whatever when you see it on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So So it's still daylight. We wrap up, and for some reason, I walked out the front door of the studio, or somehow I ended up out front, and literally I step out off the step, and Tim Allen Star is directly out front of Jimmy Kimmel Studio. So like 13 years later, I'm back to the scene of the crime. You know what I mean? And it's just like from where I started back then with Brand New Sin and being so foolish and stupid, and then coming all the way around 13 years later to end up in the same spot doing something, that was pretty cool, I think, to be a part of Jimmy Kimmel Show, see how that all goes down, be in the studio. I thought that was pretty funny, but, I just kind of looked down and was like.
Makes you think of what an amazing life you've been on, an amazing journey you've been on.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Definitely, we are fortunate to do what we do, to have the ability to do what we do. So
it's funny you say that, because I like when you and we should let everybody, like Badger's my boy. If there's anybody, I'm Jones in the sea. It's my man over here. But we'll be texting each other a lot. And during like these events or whatever, Badger will text me, we get to do cool shit.
Right.
That's always been our line. Like when we got our picture taken with Ice Cube, when I sent it to you, it was like, we get to do cool shit. So that's been like our hashtag to each other for years.
Well, think about the Super Bowl, man. I mean, we just kept looking at each other like, is this still happening? You know? So yeah, man.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl. What a wild trip that was. Because I don't really have any passes from the Super Bowl, and neither do you. We were looking for some.
We had. First of all, we don't need passes. All right, we show up and do what we take care of business. So the last night of our gigs in Atlanta, we were at the Roxy, right? And we had Skinnerd that night. So we loaded in Skinnerd. Skinnerd was doing a private show for some airline private jet company or something like that. Black tie event.
Yeah, but all the ESPN guys were there. Like Chris Berman was there. Tony Dungy was there.
Berman,
like
Tony Dungy,
Chipper Jones. Like it was crazy.
Right. So what happened? We loaded in and we had like 5-6 hours. The show was at 6 p.m. It was an early show, but they're like, get out of here, come back at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
So
we
were
across the GM for passes.
We were right.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, come back. We'll give you some sticky passes. You can hang out up here and watch the show from backstage. Mm-hmm. So we were across from Atlanta
SunTrust Stadium.
Yeah, SunTrust. And then you worked a deal, wasn't it? You worked a deal with the house girl who knew the people across the street or something, and she got us into the celebrity MTV two-hand touch football game with I think Dan Cortez was there, and
and she come up to us because we loaded those guys in like an hour and a half. She was like, you guys from Syracuse are awesome. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm like, yeah, can you get us into there? And she's like, yeah, how many you need? I said, like, there's 8 of us or however many there was. And she made one phone call, had passes for us all in our name. And we went in, and me and you were like 2 little kids. We made a beeline because it was general admission, sit wherever you want. So you and I went right to the front row of that football game.
Right. Yeah, right up along the wall, man. And we, Flutie was there. Michael Vick was there. Michael Irvin. They can both fuck off.
Yes, they can.
I don't know, man. It was just it was epic, And then after the game, we waited outside for people, right? Because it's funny.
But wait, hey, time out. Can I back up for a second? During the game, you were playing catch with somebody on the sidelines, though.
Right, they were just random throwing the ball, right?
Because this is a very important key piece to the whole story that ties the whole story together, is you playing catch with that guy throughout that game. Well, for a second, you're like, hey, man, go long for a pass. And so he did, and you threw him a pass, and he dropped the ball.
Dude, that was money, too. That was a dime.
Yes, and he dropped the ball. And anyways, so the whole time we're like, we got to get this selfie with Doug Flutie. That was like the mission to get the picture with Doug Flutie. Well, it was for me, and you were all about it too.
What's funny though is like we do this shit with musicians and stuff like that, right? And it's like, you know, big deal. All right, we got a show with, you know, but like all of a sudden athletes, you stick us around some athletes and it's like, oh my God, Ryan Howard from the Phillies and Adam Schefter from ESPN. And it's like, you know, running up, hey, can I get a picture with you? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
it was bad.
Dave Grohl and Zach Brown and all them at the Tabernacle, like, yeah, big deal. It's just Dave Grohl and Zach Brown over there. But, you know, Ryan Howard from the Phillies, can I get a selfie? So yeah, this guy's playing catch with Doug Flutie, just random guy, right? So I, you know, I'm like, hey, yo, throw the ball. So he throws the ball into the stands to me for some reason, which I didn't think he would do. So I threw it back. It was a dime, like I said, man. I can't believe he dropped that shit. Anyways, after the football game, we're outside, right, by the player entrance or exit where they were all leaving. Mm-hmm. And we were waiting for Doug Flutie. We didn't care about nobody else. We were waiting for Doug Flutie. And Doug Flutie never came out.
Never came out. And in the meantime, Michael Vick, Michael Irving, all these other guys were complete fucking assholes to everybody, not just us, to everybody. They were just like very arrogant and cocky. And anyways, but Doug Flutie never comes out, and I was getting hungry at the time, so you and I went to go get something to eat because I didn't want to wait around anymore. Yeah. I didn't want to wait around anymore.
That barbecue place. What the hell was that? Who was that?
Sorry, it wasn't a picture actually. My for some reason my battery's gonna die. That's weird. Anyways, so yeah, we go to the barbecue place. We eat. We get all washed up.
What did we say though? We're like, imagine if we go to this barbecue place and Doug Flutie's in here eating, right? Yeah. Because that's the way that our weekend had gone down. Like everything just kept happening. You know. Fucked up, you know, like shit you wouldn't expect, you know.
The day before we had lunch with Rodney Harrison from the New England Patriots.
Right.
The day before we sat and had lunch with Rodney Harrison.
He sat with us.
He sat with us.
Right.
Hilarious. But then that day we waited around for Flutie. He never came out. We go get something to eat. Then we go into the Skinner show.
Right. We come back for the gig. Right, because the show was getting ready to start. We needed to be there for loadout, and we wanted to watch a show. Stage manager for the venue gives me sticky passes for us. Mm-hmm. He says, make sure you let everybody know, hand these out, let everybody know, do not go into the house. This is a private event. If the owner who's paying the money for the private event sees people out there who don't belong out there, he's going to fucking lose his shit. Cool. So what do? I come out. I give everyone their sticky passes, and I say, don't go into the house. It's a private event. The guy will lose his shit. Right? So then we're backstage, right? Show's getting ready to start, and I see guy who I threw the football with. Right? And he comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, do you know where there's a bathroom back here? And I'm like, dude, weren't you the guy I threw the football, was throwing the football with at the game? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I can't believe he dropped that pass. I know. So I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, my name's Mike. I'm Doug Flutie's
guitar player.
And I'm like, no shit. I'm like, we have been waiting for Doug Flutie all day, man. We were over at the game. We were trying to see Doug Flutie. He's like, listen, you tell me where I can find a bathroom, and I'll tell you where you can find Doug Flutie. So I'm like, no way. So I'm like, Z, come here. Right? So I send this guy to the shitter, and I'm like, Z, come here. I'm like, you're never going to guess what just happened. So after that, man, the guy comes out of the bathroom, washed his hands, I hope, and he took us up to fucking Doug Flutie, man, and there he was.
Well, no, what happened was Doug Flutie come running up like 10 minutes later up the ramp to go sing Freebird with Skinner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And like
he's a pal of theirs. He's their buddy. Yeah. He was going out on stage. So
yeah, so he come running up the ramp. Now, mind you, everybody's in black tie and tuxedos and shit. And Doug Flutie's wearing T-shirt and jeans. Like, Doug Flutie's us. Right? Yeah. He's us. he comes running right past us, and we're like, dude, it's fucking Doug Flutie. Been waiting for him all day. Like, how weird is this that this is happening? There's Doug Flutie, and we ended up talking to him for a little while and took a picture with him.
We told him that he needed to come up here and play some gigs, right?
Yeah. Hilarious. What a weekend, though. What a weekend. And you're right, too, though, man. We've been around the biggest rock stars, Dave Grohl and Ice Cube, but when we get around these freaking athletes, we feel like little kids sometimes. And we were that weekend for sure.
Yeah, man.
We were that weekend.
Then what happened? Out from the house, back from the house, through the backstage door, who comes through with a plate of fucking prime rib from catering?
Oh, Rhino.
Fucking Rhino. What are you doing? Dude, security guard told me I could go eat.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, he doesn't know the rules.
Well, he got punished for it, that's for sure.
He did.
But Badge, what's the most surreal part of that whole weekend? I know we were talking about getting giddy around the athletes and shit, but coming backstage out of the Tabernacle, Dave Grohl sitting there smoking a cigarette, pointing at you, going, "Dude with a beard, dude with a beard."
Yeah.
Was that not the? And I looked at you. I go, "Did Dave Grohl just point at you like that?" He goes,
"Shout out my beard."
He did.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It happened so fast. You know what I mean? Dude's just smoking his cigarette and stops his conversation. Where'd you go?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I thought you froze. You were like super still for a minute. I thought the screen froze.
I'm actually looking at comments. We got some comments out here I'll get to in a second. But how crazy. No, they're not really that bad. I thought Neshy's saying hello. Shout out to Mike Neshy.
Oh, miss Neshy.
Me too, man. Me too. But, yeah, how crazy was that? That weekend was just probably the most monumental 4 or 5 days of my life.
Yeah, dude. And if it wasn't for Boss Lady, who we are fortunate enough to work for and be a part of her crew, and Brandon, man, we never would have been down there.
Shout out Brandon Barry, man.
So, but he called the right squad, you know what I mean, to get the job done.
All right, so, yeah, he did. We got the job. Actually, speaking of Boss Lady, she wants to know who were the 49ers you took a picture with. One was George Kittle, right?
George Kittle, man, beast.
Yeah.
And Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor's a slot receiver. He played for the Niners. He's still part of the Niners squad, but he's been injured and he had some surgery, so he didn't play last year and he didn't play this past year that just went by. So he's badass, man. He's quick, fast, little guy. But yeah, George Kittle, dude. You know, that's so weird too. Like, I can't believe Stacy reminded me of that. We just happened to be in that. It was like the CNN building or something, right? We only went in there in downtown Atlanta because there was a food court, right? So it's like the food court of the mall, and there's just, random storefronts and little breweries and whatever, Applebee's and all that bullshit. And there was a little beer house or whatever. They probably served like appetizers and pretzels. And in there is T.O., Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco. And,
fuck them too.
Yeah, fuck both of them. And George Kittle and Trent Taylor, and they're all playing life-size Jenga like we had at Modown that year. And I'm just like, how random is this that we just walk in here and there's just these 4 guys, you know what I mean? 3 of them 49er players that I've been following, you know what I'm saying? Not T.O. anymore since he shunned me. He can fuck off.
He did too.
Just like Michael Vick, man. Just like Michael Irvin. Like, how dare you do one of these and keep walking?
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Anyways.
And George Kittle's a beast, man. Like, that guy's going to if he continues his career the way it's going, like, he can walk into the Hall of Fame.
He's pretty good, man. I mean,
he's really good.
Catching up to do, you know what I mean, with other tight ends.
Well, I'm saying if he maintains the level of play where he's at until a good 10-year career, like, that guy has got a ton of potential.
Right.
Yeah. Pull another pass, brother. We've been doing this. It's great. We got like a few more minutes, and then we'll pull one more pass, and then we'll bounce. We get going, brother. I'm telling you, this thing, You tell some stories, but I'm so glad we got to talk about Atlanta, man, because I've always wanted to document that weekend. So
yeah, I can't believe I don't know where the hell the laminate went from that, but or the sticky pass. Who knows, dude?
I don't think we got one, bro.
I'm telling you, the stage manager handed me a stack of stickies, and I came out and gave them to fucking Booth and you and Zerby and fucking Rhino. Bill Yeager didn't want to be in on it. He went back to the hotel. Stacy went back to the hotel. Alex Court, I think he bailed. I don't think he hung out. I don't know.
He wanted to be alone with Booth. All right. So pull one more, brother. What do you got?
Dirty Heads.
Dirty Heads.
I think this is Dirty Heads Family Pass. I think this is Saranac, maybe one of our Saranac gigs.
Yeah, they played Saranac.
Yeah, a couple times maybe. We've had Dirty Heads a few times, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't really remember too much. I mean, it was just a Dirty Heads gig, you know.
So we got a Blackout?
Huh?
It's not a Blackout?
I mean, it wasn't, you know, it's just, come on. You know, Dirty Heads, I think they were with, Stick Figure? That was the day they had the dog on stage. Coco the tour dog, right? Who has, I don't know how many million followers on Instagram. The dog from the band's mascot.
That's a cool dog, though.
So what? You want me to pick another one?
Yeah, pick another.
Jeez. I don't even know, dude.
Pick another. I want everybody to know, too, they can follow Pirate Crew on Instagram. It's at Pirate Crew Q, C-U-S-E, on Instagram. Follow us. Follow all the antics that go on. And we're trying to keep it a little active. Even though we're not doing any gigs right now, we're trying to keep it a little active here and there. So, but you can go through the archives and see all the people that we've worked with throughout the years. And so we have our own dog as well. And shout out to Mirica. Gotta love her. So there's a lot of pictures of her out there. We like Mirica more than we love the other two. More than we like Mirica's owners. So
right, yeah. That's a fair statement.
It is. All right, what do you got for me?
Let's go here. Taste of Syracuse.
Ooh.
With the stink bugs, the infamous stink bug laminate. 2018. If you can't beat them, eat them. Who was there in 2018? Oh, look, it's got a...
was that Sugar Ray?
It's got a day sheet.
Or was it, what was it? Not Sublime, it was Smash Mouth?
It just says National Headliner TBA. So that was the last taste, right?
No, last year was the last taste.
Oh, yeah, 2018. So it was two of us.
So Smash Mouth?
Was Sugar Ray last year?
Yeah, I think
most
so.
recent was Smash Mouth. Yeah. Yeah. And that was when the Jenny shut down, right? And then all of a sudden, no lighting on stage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I remember that.
One of the vendors plugged something into one of the Jennies in Vendor Row, which was also running power to the stage lighting, which, I don't know, I'm not a site guy or anything, but I feel like that should be its own thing.
Right.
So anyway, somebody fucked something up. It wasn't anybody that we were with. It was, some idiot. And yeah, the intro music was on. Smash Mouth was on stage. And as soon as that first note hit, darkness, nothing, right? Audio, no lighting. And then I think Dan Wells was probably fucking losing his mind at that point in time.
Who's the light guy? We should let everybody know Dan Wells is the light guy.
Yeah, he's our lighting engineer and everything guy, climber. Chucky on stage freaking out.
What the fuck? Where's the ball? Where's my one hitter?
Yeah, man. And then I think they played like maybe maybe the whole first song and into the second song. I don't remember. I remember Smash Mouth guy turning around and saying, "Somebody don't fix these fucking lights. We're fucking done. You got fucking 30 seconds." And I'm like, well, 30, 31, 32, 33, still playing, you know. Finally got fixed. Everything went well, man. Big crowd. Taste Syracuse is always awesome, man. I'm sad we're missing it this year, but it's for good reasons, you know what I'm saying? Next year will be dope, you know. Next year will be better.
Oh yeah.
Everyone will be looking forward to getting back to it, so it'll be a party for sure.
2021, the year of the Pirates, baby. Arr. Arr. But was that the year? Now, I always remember Taste of Syracuse by who got paddled that year.
I think Booth got paddled that year because that was Booth's what's the word I'm looking for? His penance for Goblin Cock.
Oh, right, because we wouldn't paddle him at the state fair.
Right. So he went through September, October, November, December, January, all the way to June. He had a stay of execution for months.
Right.
And we were all back together again at Taste. And that's when he had to pay the piper.
How many times have you been paddled?
Not much for disciplinary. I got paddled on my birthday at the AMP down in Ithaca or Elmira. Steve Todd, you know Steve Todd? Our buddy Steve Todd, he's brand new Sin buddy. He lived up here for a while, worked for 95X for a while, I think. He owned a bar in Ithaca, I believe, or Elmira, called the AMP. And Brand New Sin played a show down there. It was my birthday, and they ended up paddling me that night. I don't think I've been paddled too many. Like, I haven't been paddled disciplinary too much. Like, I fucked something up and needed to get paddled. You know, I'm pretty. I do pretty well learning from other people's mistakes, you know, which more people need to do. You know, I think everybody learned from Rhino in Atlanta.
Oh man, if there's anything you can learn from the Pirate Crew, it's learn from our mistakes. Yes. Awesome, Badge. Much love, brother. Hey, I noticed you got Gunner out there mowing the lawn. Get him out there. Learn him how to use a tape rule now and use a drill and a hammer. Make that boy a man. Now's the time, God damn it.
Yeah.
And tell him Uncle Z, don't make sure he don't want to piss off Uncle Z right now. So he better get to work.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
You know what's crazy in my neighborhood? I don't know if this has got to be going on in your house too, but in my neighborhood, like I hear a collective, let's go, like right around midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And like, I'm thinking either everybody's rioting or every kid in the neighborhood is playing the same Fortnite game.
Oh, it's got to be Fortnite, because I'm surprised that you don't hear my kids now in their rooms screaming at people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I do it. I play, you know, they got me into Fortnite. So I'm playing Fortnite, especially now, like, you know, there's nothing happening. I am not working out. I am not doing home projects. I am not bettering myself through fucking meditation or reading books that I've been reading. All right. You know, everybody knows my anxiety level, and I'm just trying to get through every single day to the next. I'm trying to get to bedtime every day. You know what I mean? So I got hooked into Fortnite. I think by the time this is over, I'll be able to I'll be a main cabin master. I'll be able to flip houses. I'll know where every ingredient in Guy Fieri's grocery store is. I'll be able to beat Bobby Flay, you know, from all the shit I watch on TV. So, but yeah, man, so I've been playing Fortnite with them. And then I get hooked into it, and I'm playing by myself, and I'm yelling at the TV, and I'm screaming, and you know what I mean? But yeah, man, Fortnite is it's crazy how these kids are into it.
Oh my God, it's nuts.
You know,
I tell you, that's what it's going in. Because I was like, well, I was scratching my head because I heard it a few nights in a row. It's like all these kids, and then they were screaming like at the same time. What the hell's going on? And it's like they must be playing they must be all on the same Fortnite stream. It's every freaking night almost. And it's my nephew downstairs too, going a little crazy too.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. Well, hey, bro, hopefully we get to see each other soon. How are you going to greet people? First of all, you've been a germaphobe well before all this coronavirus thing.
Way before it was cool, dude.
Way before it was cool. How are you going to greet people nowadays? I mean, you've always been one for the fist bump. Are you going to stay away from the fist bump? Or
I don't know. I might head nod, like
head nod, just the what's
just,
up?
Just the up, not the down.
Okay.
Just the up and leave it.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you're on a boat. If you're on a boat and you drive past another guy on a boat, you just go like, you know what I mean? You just go up.
Gotcha.
It's always been, yeah, dude, I don't like touching people anyways, and a lot of the shows that we do, people are like, I understand people are friendly and people, especially in the jam scene when I'm helping sell merch, everyone wants to like shake my hand and say thank you and hug me. And it's like, dude, I appreciate it, but you don't shower, it's not even about showering. It's more about, I don't trust people don't wash their hands after they wipe their ass. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I don't want 10 people putting their hand in the same bag of chips that I'm eating out of. You know what I mean? It's just, and hey, who's sorry now? You know what I mean? Like, who's getting the last laugh now? Everyone's making fun of me, and here we are.
Yeah, right.
That doctor there who's on TV with Trump every day talking about what we should and shouldn't do. He's the disease guy or whatever, Fawcett or Fabio, whatever his name is. He said he doesn't think that people should ever shake hands ever again. I read a quote from him in some article I was reading. He doesn't think people should shake hands anymore, and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Elbow bump, fist bump, hey, wave, head nod, whatever.
We got ours.
Oh yeah, the doubles.
Right on, brother. Well, hey, man. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, man. This has been great. And I see you Sunday on the chat? Or you got to come on Sunday? You have the chat.
Yeah, man.
Sunday.
I'm going to try. Last Sunday was a little screwed. We had some things going on. And, a couple Sundays, the Sunday before that, I think you and I were texting, like, where's Mark? You know what I mean? And Mark showed up late. The host of the party wasn't ready for us. So, and, dude, to be honest with you, man, by, like, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open, so if I'm on the couch and it's dark and the TV's on, I got about 5 minutes before I'm asleep,
C'est la vie.
So yeah, man, I'll definitely try to be on there on Sunday night for sure, depending on what's going on. I mean, I'm going to have a hard day of claiming my unemployment and, waiting for Amazon orders to show up, checking tracking numbers, but I'll see if I have enough energy for it.
There you go, brother. Well, hey, man, hang in there. Give me a shout. Great hang today. Thanks for playing Great Memory, Little Fuzzy, or Complete Blackout. And everybody out there in Facebook land, if they do us a favor and click the share button. Also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all things Disruption Network. And Badge, hopefully we'll see each other soon, brother.
Yeah, man. It needs to happen, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely this summer for sure. Also, shout out to EJA Moving Services. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up my man Eddie. He just helped out Joe yesterday. Yeah, my boys just moved Joe yesterday. So he said they knocked it out of the park. So yeah. So big ups to EJA. Hit him up online, ejamoving.com. Have Eddie and his boys do all the work for you guys. Also, Utica Coffee and Saranac. Much love to Utica Hemp. And, of course, my good friend, Attorney Dave Longaretta. I got to give him a shout, too. If you need legal help, call him at 315-735-6162. Also, shout out to Todd Williams back in the D control rooms, always holding it down. And then Sunday comes No Time for Nonsense, and that features our friends Bill and Ryan Vinci. And they will be with guest Eddie Arcuri, musician Eddie Arcuri. So thanks again, and everybody enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Peace.